So, folks, you know if I'm here, I'm introducing another nonprofit. Last week we was in California, Chicago, Philly, Philly, and what was that? Baltimore. We're back in Tampa today. I want to introduce you to a new nonprofit that is just getting started, but it's something unique about what this nonprofit want to do. That being said, share with us first of all who you are, where you located, whatever you cover, and what you do as a nonprofit.
Okay. My name's Tiffany Crawford, and I'm in Tampa, Florida. Um, the name of the organization is Refresh Tampa Bay, and the idea is to uh, offer facilities, shower and toilet facilities for people experiencing homelessness or anyone that really needs access to those things. Maybe it's a utility issue going on, something construction, anything, they would be allowed to utilize the services for free. I would go to different locations, maybe even partner up with like churches or other organizations so they can get other resources, while they're there. Bag lunches, something, etc., like that. But my main part would be the shower and bathroom facilities for them to, clean themselves. I know from just dealing with illness how refreshing of just a shower can be after you've been feeling bad or just haven't been able to for whatever reason. And I think that's a part of helping people restore their dignity and just continue to keep pushing when they're going through a hard time.
So tell us, what was it that led you to want to start this nonprofit? What happened in your personal life, maybe, that caused you to want to start this nonprofit?
I kind of started to get into that. I've dealt with like different illnesses. I had heart failure pretty young, and some days I would just have be so low energy, or when I would that's how I found out I had heart failure. I had a newborn baby. She was about 2 weeks, and I would be home alone with her while my other kids were at school. And that's the only reason I really got checked, because I couldn't even take a shower without having to like take a break. I would soap up and then I cut the water off and sit down and wait to rinse because I felt winded, like I had run a marathon. So that was the only symptom I had that even let me know that, something was going on with my heart. And I was home alone with the baby, so I was getting scared about that. But sometimes I would just avoid taking a shower that day. But when I finally would, I would just feel so much better. And I can only imagine in a situation where you're already going through an immense financial strain, maybe even homelessness, and you just can't use the facilities. You can't get cleaned up. I think it helps. It just helps you feel better. It's part of it.
I think that given the current state of affairs, that is, with the Trump administration cutting all of the programs that's being cut,
Mhm.
with corporate America downsizing, we're going to see a significant number of homelessness in
Mhm.
our community. So your project is
Urbanization of
so
it.
right on time because people don't understand how much dignity one get from taking a shower. Because look, they do it every day. But when they find themselves in that position, I so commend you
Oh.
for what you're doing. Now, let me ask you this question. What area are you focusing on first?
As in area of
Like location.
town, location.
Yeah.
East Ybor, East Tampa area. I
Right.
know with the Salvation Army and different places along Nebraska, there's kind of an influx of that community. Um,
Right.
this is a area that is experiencing gentrification, so
Uh,
it's a lot of times kind of a mixed income area, but a lot of people are being, put out for whatever reason, and even trying to rent in the neighborhood that you might have grown up in, it's not even an
right.
option. So that I do want to
Yeah.
focus over here. Eventually maybe getting like, because it's kind of a food desert over here too.
Right.
So, if I could help someone else maybe interested in that, like I would love to see something like that
You
happen over here
definitely
too.
can. You can deal with that issue with the food desert as well as the issues with the shell. What we want to do is to scale you up. Here's what we know. When it comes to which organization are funding the least in terms of nonprofit, Black female led nonprofits of the least funding.
I could
That's
believe
why we
that.
came in part into bed. So we can level the playing field, give you those infrastructure necessary to compete for those critical funds to work with your organization. One of the things we want to talk about down the road is how do we create a earn income business out of what you're doing. So money is constantly coming in that particular respect, in addition to the grant. So we definitely want to talk to you about putting together a earned income business nonprofit social enterprise as part of your regular nonprofit. If someone wanted to give a donation, share with us how could that person get that donation? Do you have a web page, an email, telephone number, whatever?
Um, of course, I have a telephone number, but I do have a web page too. Refresh
Okay,
Tampa
give it up.
Bay, refreshtampabay.org, refreshtampabay .org. And you can click the link at the bottom or email me, and I can get that information right over to you.
Do you see yourself 5 years down the road having four, five, six, seven mobile units that's going to help people all over the place?
Definite, definitely several.
I
Yes,
always
throughout
tell
Florida.
people dream big. Always dream big. Because when
Yes,
you dream
throughout
big,
Florida, I
even
would
if you
like to
don't
see.
make it, you have made more than what you ever thought. But
That's right.
sometimes we have to dream big, you
That's
know.
so
Because
true.
some
Thank
people don't
you.
see the vision, but God sees the vision. With God, all things are possible. Anything else you want to say before we get out of this presentation and go over on the other side to talk about what are some things that we can do to help you? Anything else you want
No,
to say?
I
Now,
really
keep in mind, you are going to be speaking to people from around the nation. We have provided assistance to over 35 different nonprofits in 35 different states. So we got that national appeal. In addition
okay.
to that, when we do our little presentations like this, even funders watch, in terms of what's going on with the latest nonprofit. That being said, I'm sorry, what were you about to say?
No, I just really wanted to thank you for that opportunity to reach out to, that type of audience, that big of an audience. Even if anyone had any additional input to help into, to elevate the business, I welcome that as well. I appreciate any help or contribution.
What
Um,
about volunteers? Do you need any volunteers?
Not yet. Not
Okay,
yet. But absolutely.
okay,
Even like partnerships maybe with grocery stores so we can get like
okay,
soap and things like that.
okay.
Washing, like, cleaning supplies, toiletries, things like that. Definitely those things are needed.
Excellent. Look, thank you for taking the opportunity, give me the opportunity to interview you. I always say that nonprofit rights. Because what I feel about nonprofits is this. They are those of us that talk about the problem all the
Mhm.
time, and those of us that step up into the plate to solve the problem. That's what nonprofits do.
That's true.
Nonprofits recognize the problem and they step in place to solve the problem. Again, thanks.